For many years, Jon Deak was associate principal bass of the New York Philharmonic, and he continued his very active composing career, writing hundreds of chamber works and orchestral works. He worked closely with Leonard Bernstein and Pierre Boulez on extended bass techniques, which he's used in many of his compositions. Presently, he's involved with a very exciting project involving very young composers, not only in this country, but in many other countries, and has been really at the forefront of helping young composers to realize their dreams. So, welcome to Jon Deak.
Hi. The piece we're going to hear is called Bye Bye. And to welcome you to Bye Bye, if that's not too odd, would like to say that it is a Haitian folktale that was collected originally by Diane Volkstein that a lot of you probably know. She's written many, many popular books. And I actually worked with Diane on the text and the setting of this piece. It involves a flute and a flutist, and I say that because the flutist actually becomes a character in the piece and the story. It's a kind of a drama. And the pianist, who takes the role of Turtle. All the birds were flying from Haiti to New York. And obviously in this particular year, this story takes on a very poignant association because of the terrible disaster in Haiti earlier in this year, and also because of our efforts to reach out to these people. And so the piece, while it is very, very lighthearted, it is nonetheless sincerely felt. I'm making a lot of demands on the performers. I realize this. So-called classical musicians or orchestral musicians are usually not called upon to present dramatic selves in any way, let alone become the narrators for the piece. Now, if you can imagine, I mean, maybe people can talk where they're playing the fiddle or the guitar, but usually they sing, actually, so it becomes a unity in the mind. The flutist is actually speaking along with her playing. In some cases, she actually speaks as she's playing, if you can imagine such a thing. I combine the phonemes of the words with the sounds of the flute because I believe that just as I'm speaking to you right now, I'm not speaking in a mono, I'm speaking what I would call musically. Maybe we learned this from John Cage, that all sound is music. Well, more than maybe, actually, I do believe that. And so I just love, this is not through any theory or any thought-out thing. I just naturally evolved a style whereby often performers will mold the sounds of their instruments into the sound of the music. And I find that musical performers are a tremendously untapped source of dramatic wealth. I mean, after all, we musicians are up on stage. I'm a performer myself. And you're up on stage and you are taking the leadership in the action and the drama, and whether you're playing a Mozart sonata or a Beethoven symphony or Stravinsky or Bartok or a totally contemporary work, you are leading the energy in the room, in the auditorium. And in this case, in Bye Bye, the flutist takes the lead role of a pigeon. Okay, and the pianist, who's playing this big black instrument there, is playing the role of Turtle, a Haitian turtle, who wants to fly with pigeon to New York. All the birds are flying from Haiti to New York. And while it's never totally spelled out explicitly, clearly the stick with which pigeon offers Turtle to clamp on with her mouth and the big black shell of the piano, it was inescapable. I couldn't resist the metaphors. So there we have it. And I used musically styles that came to me instinctually. I wouldn't say that I'm in any way trying to sound Haitian, but the music might leak over into that a little bit. So I hope you enjoy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.